I've just got a little while to shoot a video, so we're gonna do a farm update and try to cover everything. Let's start in the garden. These tomato plants are growing great, all except for these two that got trampled by pigs when I moved the pigs, but I think they're recovering. Our lettuce and greens bed looks really good, and our sunflowers that we're using to shade the lettuce to hopefully prevent it from getting bitter and bolting, the sunflowers are doing great. And of course they're ahead of the lettuce, which is perfect. The carrots look good, and we're doing the same thing with the carrots, providing some of them with shade. Just a few rows of carrots will get shade. The onions look good. Here's the potatoes. We've planted them under straw, but we have a small problem. There's weed seeds, grass seeds in the straw, which is, you don't normally expect that. It should be seed free, but it's not. That won't be too hard to fix. The weeds are easy to pull out. And then we're gonna be heaping sawdust up on the sides and straw up on the sides soon. So I think that'll take care of itself. The beans look great, and most of the sweet potatoes are coming up as I expected, and they look really good. We're having a little algae problem here in our natural swimming pool. So I'm working on that. I think I need a filtration system. They're just, I mean, if you look at that, it's just, there's algae all in it. All of our squash plants are doing really well. I'm actually gonna get rid of one of, maybe a couple of those because they're so thick. But our corn, not so hot. I'm gonna say we have a, just to be honest, a 10% survival rate with our corn. Between the crows, which I didn't see very much, and possibly the lack of rain. So we're replanting either today or tomorrow. The compost pile is a fungal delight. Just look at these mushrooms coming up through. The cover crops at the top of the garden. Oh, ouch! Stepped on a stepped on a Carolina horse nettle. The cover crops look great. The sawdust pile is about 3/4 gone, and I'm saving some of it, but I actually want to get more, maybe wood chips. We'll see. As far as rain goes, it's been really dry for the past about 2 weeks now, since it was just drowning us before. So we're definitely looking expectantly for rain. We've only had kind of 2 good rains. The chickens up the hill, we might call them Donald's flock, and Donald and the ducks, they're all doing really well. And we haven't, just to let some of y'all know, we haven't lost the chicken to dogs or predators for, ouch, chicken just pecked my foot, for about 6 weeks, 8 weeks. So we've changed our management. We're not free ranging any of the chickens, and we've changed our management with the dogs. Most of the apple trees look really good. This little stump that Brownie, the calf, ate about a month back, not looking so good. There's one tiny green shoot on it. So I still hope it'll recover, but I don't know. I'm not gonna show you the broody duck because we've shown her in like every video for the past couple of videos. She's doing great. Remember those comfrey plants that I just put in the ground everywhere? Well, they're coming up everywhere. Here's one right here, here's one right here. It remains to be seen where they're gonna do well, but they are definitely coming up everywhere. How are you doing this morning, buddy? Are you playing with the kitties? My grape propagation is going well. These roots in this air layering system are just growing like crazy in this plastic bag there. And these grapes, actually, I thought they were dying, but I pulled one out the other day that looked really bad with just one green shoot, and it actually had a lot of roots. So I'm just gonna be patient with those. I mentioned that we changed how we're managing the dogs. Sassy here is out with me this morning. What we're doing basically is not letting them run the yard together, so they can be out together when we're out in the yard. But when we're not out in the yard, we crate one of them at the house, and then the other one will stay in the yard. It's made a huge difference. When we found that when both of them are out, there's like this prey drive when they're together. And yes, I do believe we're still getting rid of Shep. We haven't found him a home yet. We're not pushing on that because I don't want to just dump him somewhere. And what we're doing right now is working. The dogs are happy. We're happy. The chickens are happy. Right, Sassy? So far, all the new fruit trees I put in are looking good. This is an Emperor Francis cherry. Looks really good. They're doing what I expect them to do. These new chickens, they're a little skittish in this new environment, but they're really healthy. This is 6 hens that we bought the other day. And a couple of them are laying. Some of them are about to start laying here at the end of this summer, but they're still down in quarantine at the barn. The grapes up on this side of the barn are going crazy. They have a heavy crop of green grapes on them. These are a purple juice grape. I don't really like eating them, so I haven't been real careful. If I loved eating these grapes, I would have pruned them down so that they were all lower than about 8 feet or even 6 feet, taking off everything up high so they were easy to pick, but I don't really care for them so much. The grapes I love are on the other side of the barn. Those are the grapes that I love to eat, and I'm air layering them, propagating them so I can spread them around and put them in a couple different spots. What you doing up there, buddy?
Nothing.
Nothing? The kittens are out in the barn, and what we're doing right now is crating them at night so they don't wander off and get lost and get hurt. And then when we're here during the daytime, they're out in the barn. And they've got tons of places to hang out. They've got this couch to sleep on. And they're doing pretty well as kittens can do. The kids are loving having them. Yes, sometimes cats get killed by coyotes if they roam out far. Our dogs do quite well with cats. They have a fairly playful relationship with them. They've never been real aggressive with them. So fortunately, the yard is pretty much a safe zone because the dogs keep coyotes far away. The dogs go crazy when there's coyotes around. We've pretty much gotten all of our fence issues straight. All the fences are hot right now. All the animals are staying in. These pigs this morning are really hungry and they haven't busted out of the fence, which is just awesome to me. We've had some issues with this goat fence with the pigs specifically. It's not designed for pigs. The adult pigs, they will not go through it, but the babies have gone through it, but now they're big enough and they're trained to the hot fence. They're staying in. These pigs, they're 4 pigs. They're 5 months old. They were born in January, February, March, April, May, June. They were born on January 19th. One of these pigs we are going to probably roast this summer, and then the rest we'll butcher this fall and they'll go to the freezer. And Mama Pig's about to have babies in 2 weeks. So that's exciting. We will sell all of those. Without the cow on the pasture, it's growing up, which that's fine. I'm gonna answer a question. We are planning on getting another cow. I can't really tell you the time frame. It's a pretty big expense, especially if you decide to buy a purebred cow or anything of the like. We are planning on getting another cow though, and we will keep you updated as we're looking at them and making decisions. The goats are doing good. They're in pretty good health. Raven we've had issues with. Raven we've had issues with kind of constantly, but she's actually looking better right now than she's looked. I think we got her copper deficiency taken care of, and everybody got wormed. She was looking a little bit scrawny there. Just for a little context, I'm up at the top of the pasture now. House, barn. Up high, one of the highest points right around the house. And there's this little strip of woods up here. We had the pigs fenced in this area, and they cleared out some of the underbrush a little bit and rooted it up. It's pretty open. What I'm doing with this area is I am gonna thin out the ailanthus, the tree of heaven or tree from hell, which I've been doing, and then I'm starting to put fruit trees in here. I had 2 full-size pears. They're both in this area. When you put in a full-size tree, a standard tree, they can get enormous, like 30 feet high, depending on how they're pruned. And so I'm just trying to be careful with throwing those trees in the yard because it will change the yard basically forever. I'm just loving walking through this clover with bare feet. It's so soft. I do believe there's more clover here than when we moved in. We seeded it, and now we're full circle. We're back at the garden. Things are coming along really well this spring. I think if we didn't have the baby, things would look a lot different as far as we would have an early garden and everything. But honestly, you know what? When we have a baby, we consider the baby to be our main crop of the year. So everything else we get to do out here is just a big bonus on top of our main crop. The kids are doing really well. This experience with the baby has been our best, our easiest so far, and we're so thankful for that. We kind of needed it, or felt like we needed it, having our 5th kid. I guess if we're doing a farm update and he's the main crop, we better update you on him. Sure, hi guys. Did he wake up?
Oh, I'm putting him to sleep. He's been awake for a while.
Here's the main crop, the main man. Mr. Wilder has grown so much in the past few weeks. And he's so smiley and so sweet. He's such a sweet little boy. Hey buddy, are you waking up from your nappers? You're sweet, sweet boy. Another update, if you haven't watched the last couple videos, is I'm back at work as a nurse. My paternity leave paradise is over, and I'm back at work taking care of patients, which is good, but it means that things have slowed down just a little bit here as far as what we're able to get done, and it's challenging for Brianna. But we're doing really well with it, and we're looking forward to the rest of this season and into the fall. Well, thank you all so much for watching. This has been another great day on the homestead, and we'll see you in another video quite soon.